Yo.
Yes.
How fucking sick was that?
Oh, mate. Don't. That pod was unreal. Yeah, man, like, I fucking loved every minute of that.
Can I just say, I think, and it's a credit to Rick this, but I think he brought out a whole new side to me and you, mate.
Yeah, well, yeah, like, he did, in the sense of, like, on the pod.
Yeah, on the pod.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's very much us anyway, but we've probably not been able to express as much on the pod, especially in guest episodes, because we don't make it about us, we make it about the guests.
Exactly.
Very accommodating.
The Troubled Guest Club.
Yeah, mate, but like, yeah, like, it was just fucking bonkers, man. So, like, just to give you a bit of a brief description into Rick. Rick runs his own Insta page. He's like a digital creator. He has his own podcast too. His Instagram page is Rick's Bearded Life.
Rick_Beard Life.
Yeah, I was going to say I might have a cheeky underscore in there. But yeah, like, you can see when we post the graphic and shit, when this episode's out, you can go on his page and check it out. But then he's also got his own pod, which he runs with two other dudes. One of them is his best mate, which is, I think it's called Johan.
Shout out Johan, the South African boy.
Mate. And then the other dude is like the producer, but he also gets involved in the pod and just, like, you know, fucking chirps in every now and then and stuff like that.
He does my job, him. That sound engineer. He gets all the facts sent to him and stuff, and then just lets Rick and Johan discuss them.
He's meant to, and, you know, I hadn't listened to the pod until Rick came on our pod, and Rick's fucking insane, mate. Like, the guy's funny as fuck, and, like, that made me go and listen to their pod, and it's sick. Like, honestly, I recommend, like, listen to it. So fucking
it's called the Confessional podcast.
Yeah, and fucking plug in their pod here, bro. Like,
hey, we're all for that shit, man.
Nah, I'm only joking, but nah, it's sick, and Rick is sick as well, man. And, like, this podcast is like 2 hours long, our longest one. And, like, the funny thing is, like, on every episode, we normally, like, have a fucking script which the admin bitch writes out, and we'll ask, like, questions, and we'll keep it pretty, like, you know, like, we'll try and ask them and slide them in and be all, like, you know, keep it, like, linear and natural and shit like that. And, you know, we had a couple of questions for Rick, and, like, we didn't even get a chance to ask any questions or intro it. Like, as soon as we went, boop, join Google Meets, and we just sat there with his fucking legs crossed with his fat bulge. And he was like, yo, what's going on, bros? And we was just like, and then from there on, we'd already hit record, obviously, and we just chatted bubbles, mate, for 2 hours, but it was sick.
Yeah, it was fucking, so enjoyable, and it was just, I forgot we was recording at some point.
Yeah,
so
like,
it was just a mad conversation.
It was like 50 minutes in, and I kind of looked at Ryan and was like, thinking, we've not even, like, done anything podcast related. We've just talked, but it was sick. And just to give you, like, a little tiny snippet, like, teaser kind of thing, we obviously just speak about all things like fucking life and actual both having podcast and how that kind of come about, and just a little bit about Rick and his, you know, kind of his story and what he does, because he's like viral as fuck on, like, TikTok and Insta, man. Like, he goes viral on TikTok quite a lot. So check out his page, he's mega. And then cheeky little bits. He has had in the past an OnlyFans account,
and he's got a bit of a cult following from the ladies.
Yeah, man, and he makes absolute dough on this fucking OnlyFans. Yeah, like, swear down, it's in the talks, man.
TBCOF.
Yeah, and we've already started thinking of names and shit. Me and Ryan just going to be fucking spinning our little cocks about. So keep an eye out for that coming soon, man.
Yeah, TBC After Dark.
It's called the Troubled Boys Club. Rodcast. Yeah, mate, just sign up. You want to see our chodes? Hit us up. But yeah, man, on that note, enjoy the fucking pod because it's sick.
Enjoy. TBC out.
Peace.
Top of the morning, Jay.
Top of the morning, mate. Why are you talking like that?
It's March, mate.
Yeah? What, like Easter Bunny?
No. Everyone suddenly decides that they become Irish because they can't wait for fucking Paddy's Day, or as I call it, Guinness Day.
Oh, yes, that's right. I do fucking love Guinness Day, mate. It's the one day you don't have to fucking eat a pre-scran before you go out, because we all know that Guinness is a fucking scran within itself. This year, TBC members, don't just chase rainbows. Make your own pot of gold and groom your little leprechaun with the leaders in the below the kilt care. That's right, say goodbye to your clover forest with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and let your confidence shine bright. Embrace the look of the Irish and join 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. All you have to do is head over to manscaped.com, and use the code TBC20 for 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping with code TBC20 at manscaped.com. This Paddy's Day, make sure your little hairy leprechaun is luckier than ever with Manscaped. Yeah, so what grooming misadventures have you got up to for this Paddy's Day, mate?
Well, I've just gone OG, mate, for the fucking Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, nice.
Every week, mate, I'm just chopping the yard.
Just fucking Brazilian as fuck week to week. Well, I'd like to let you know, mate, I've gone a bit like more exciting for Paddy's Day, because I do tend to go Brazilian too, but for this Paddy's Day, I've grown out the bush, and then I've dyed a rainbow into the fucking pubic hair. So I've got a line of red, yellow, pink, and green, and then we all know that the ball sack is the pot of gold.
I wonder what you was doing in the bathroom for so long.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So yes, the pot of gold is currently down my pants and fucking ready to go.
The acorns are the pot of gold.
The acorns, mate. The leprechaun is firing this March. Let it loose. And on that note, TBC. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.
Here he is.
Fucking.
What's going on?
Are we late? Are we late to our own pod?
No, not at all. No. I'm early for fucking everything.
Oh, we love it. I love that. Apart from this guy next to me is fucking late for everything. He's only just read the notes that I prepared about.
Mate.
Prepared him about 2 days ago. My guy's sitting there going, so what are we going to say when he comes on camera?
Got him there.
It's a lot of notes, to be fair. It's a lot.
Mate, he's the admin bitch. He sits there all day and just writes notes. And I do all like the graphics and the designs and shit.
Nice.
And he literally like just bangs on and he's like, have you read the notes yet? Have you read the notes? And it got to about 5 to. And he was like, have you read the notes? And I was like, I'll fucking read them now.
It's important. It is, man.
It is, but I do it better if I just read it before and then it's fresh in the brain.
I respect that. I respect that fully.
Yeah.
I do.
How are you doing anyway? Are you good, mate?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm excited. I randomly came across the podcast. I think it was the day that we messaged. I don't know which one of you it was I was messaging.
Admin bitch.
Yeah, it was the day that we messaged, and I listened to the one where
Suppression on it.
Yeah. It was about like all the stigmas of like men, basically.
Was it stereotypes?
That's stereotypes.
Oh, stereotypes.
That's the one. Yeah.
I listened to the whole thing, and I was like, fucking hell. I was like, 100% of this is relatable. And it's true, isn't it? Like, there's so many stereotypes for men, and boy, yeah, it's ridiculous.
That was my interview, wasn't it, that one? He interviewed me like fully. I was under oath. It was terrifying, to be honest, to like answer
amazing,
them
though.
off the cuff.
It was, mate, I find it so refreshing when men talk about their feelings and they're open and they're honest and not being vulnerable, but just, being realistic and truly actually being them fucking self. Like, there's so many stigmas, isn't there? There's so many stereotypes of men being these big macho fucking muscle bound dudes, and it's like, chill out, man. Like, not everyone's like that. Not everyone's different and unique in their own way, aren't they? So that's what kind of really drew me to the podcast for sure.
No, that's
and I really like the name. Fuck, I love the name. Trouble Boys Club's cool, man. It's a very cool name.
Yes, that's you. I can't take any credit for that, mate. That was all Jay.
We just literally, we was, we've told this story loads of times, but like we was messaging one day because we'd always like go, I don't know, like it was at the pub or something like that. We'd like talk about this shit anyway, like about our fucking feelings and like our mental health and stuff like that. And we've spoke about it in the past, haven't we, about doing a podcast anyway. I think when lockdown first happened, we was like, let's do a podcast and we'll call it like the Hoppy Hour, and we can just talk about all shit like beer and football and vaginas and shit like that. And then it was just like, and then we never did it, because we just had so much shit going on. And then this one time we just said to each other, was like, should we try and do a podcast again, but do it on like just like men's fucking mental health and just talk about shit and blah blah blah. And we always said, like, if we get one guest on, buzzing. If we get like one person listen to our pod, buzzing. And like it's
we're in bonus time already, so everything that we do now is just an added bonus. Like, we've completed our mission, if you know what I mean, already. So it's just nice now. There's no pressure on it. We've done it.
It's cool as fuck, man. Like, how long has it been going now?
5 months, is it now? 6 months?
Yeah, about 5-6 months. Yeah.
Nice. And what are you? What are the analytics like? What are your downloads? What are your listens and things like that?
I'm not sure, like, download-wise, but, I think we're just under 2k listens across all our episodes.
That's amazing.
Well, that's just on Spotify as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's solely on Spotify.
Yeah, we use Spotify and Apple Pod, and then I think on Apple it's pretty much similar. But yeah, I know we use as well as Instagram. We don't do any like paid advertising, nothing like that. We are we're moving on to YouTube, and we're trying to like get onto TikTok as well. So we're just trying to grow it.
Man.
Yeah,
it's tough, isn't it? Like all these fucking different social media platforms. Like you have to be not relevant, but you have to be active on all of them just to try and gain traction from all these different fucking ends of. Oh, so far, I wish there was just one app, dude. I wish that everyone just, I don't know, used Instagram. No other cunt used TikTok. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Because, like, so I'm very good with Instagram. I enjoy Instagram.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I used to really enjoy TikTok until, in my opinion, it's turned into basically a fucking... everyone just sells on there now, don't they? Sells nonsense. Oh, use this brush that will brush it. Do you know what I mean? Like, absolute nonsense.
Defo.
No cunt needs. YouTube's amazing, but unless, again, this is all just my opinion. This isn't any.
Well, you're a lot more experienced than us, man. So we'll take it.
No, mate, no. So I haven't had a podcast for long, bro. My podcast's been going 10 weeks.
Oh right.
Yeah, not long at all. YouTube, unless if you're gonna obviously film like people talking and stuff.
Yeah.
The quality has to be sensational, otherwise people just will not watch it.
Nah, definitely.
We're not there yet, are we?
Yeah, no, even, bro, I'm not. Fuck me. I mean, so we've got a producer, and he kind of does everything behind the scenes. He does all the edits. Like, he green screens me, hence why you can see it green screen.
That's me.
He green screens me into the other host's room. So it looks like we're together. So we've bought the same chair, we've got the same mic, and yeah, literally, it looks like we're in the same room. And I'm like, how the fuck has he done that?
Is that on YouTube? Sorry.
Yeah, so we're on YouTube, but in my opinion, it's still not good enough. Like, it's really, but like, is YouTube gonna take off? I don't think so. It's just to be on all the platforms.
Yeah. Unless you're fucking Stephen Bartlett, Daria the CEO, and you've got fucking mad kit.
Mate, you've got to spend some serious... you need fucking mega 4K cameras.
100%.
You need the right lighting. Mate, it's... Fuck, I've got a life, man. I've got kids, and I work, and I've got a social life. I can't do that shit.
Preaching to the choir here.
We're the exact same, mate.
Because when do you guys record?
We usually do it every Thursday or Friday, don't we?
Yeah, Thursday or Friday nights.
And we literally just have I've got a MacBook, and we have it on the MacBook. We've both got mics, and we record it on here, and then we post it a week later. So then I have a week to edit it. I do all the editing myself.
Amazing.
And then we usually just upload on the Friday mornings. So we've dropped an episode today, and we've already got
First American.
Yeah, and then we've got.
I was so confused. I was like, I'm not American.
I'm not called Eric.
That makes complete sense. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Yeah. So that's what we do. So we'll obviously record a week in advance. But for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be recording twice. So we're basically going to get 6 weeks ahead. Just because I'm away for a week in April, and the other host is away for 2 weeks in April. So it just means that we're not behind, and it means basically we can have 3 weeks off if we want to, and we'll still have consistent episodes going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, otherwise it's fucking tough, isn't it? Because we skipped a week, and I was gutted, mate, and kind of all of our downloads and all of our kind of views and the analytics basically fucking, mate, they took a nosedive, and I was like, fuck, that's because you kind of you see yourselves gaining traction, don't you? And you're gaining traction, wow, this is amazing. And I don't really have a realistic goal of what I want to do. My Instagram is just full of smut, adult humour, and apparently really horny middle-aged women.
You've got about a bit of a cult following, haven't you, Rick? In terms of bro. People wanting to sit on your face and stuff.
Mate, it's fucking wild. As amazing as it sounds, it's fucking wild, mate. Because I'm not out there chasing that. I've got a partner. I've got 3 kids. I'm a very happy man. I've been with my partner 13 years. But, yeah, mate, social media is fucking nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why we need to get onto YouTube, mate.
It's pretty interesting, social media. But I think it's like 86% female.
No way.
But I respect, right, so I'm not your typical blokey bloke, you know, that fucking drinks pints in the pub every Friday night and fucking loves cocaine and watches footy with a lad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know, that, I guess that very stereotypical kind of man. Nothing wrong with that type of guy. I've got loads of friends who are like that. I'm just not like that. So not many men follow me. Well, and I've had a little bit of hate, not much actually, but I'm pretty chilled with it. I'm just, cool, man. Like, I just block it. Like, I'm not going to get stressed over it.
Yeah, definitely.
And is it mainly men who are giving you the hate?
Men. I've never had hate from women. It's only ever men, which is really, I don't understand, because I'm not saying anything hurtful, not saying anything to harm anyone.
It's just a laugh.
Yeah, bro. It's just a laugh, bro. I only do social media for fun. Like, I take no pride in my videos. So my videos take me, 60 seconds at most. And that's opening my phone, fucking going on Reels, pressing time to record, recording. I never watch it back. I've got a weird thing where I never watch my videos back. The only thing I do is cut the end off so you can't see me touching the screen to turn it off. Press captions and I post. And that's it. And I leave it. And if it does well, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So it sounds bizarre, but I don't sit for hours and scroll social media for kind of inspiration and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've got friends who are on social media, and some of them make a living through it, which is fucking phenomenal and good for them. But fuck, man, they spend hours and hours and hours and hours just scrolling. Fucking rocks my world. And they're like, oh, Rick, well, you must spend a while. I'm like, no, mate. Like, I probably spend an hour or two on social media a day.
Yeah, so
and that's just my own personal pleasure of like watching funny reels and shit. But I don't do it for inspiration. But over lockdown, I would say I was 100% addicted to TikTok.
really,
Over lockdown.
Oh, bro, like bad. Like, I had withdrawals if I couldn't fucking sit on that app and just watch shit.
Well, and just like flick, just more.
Fuck, like I just wanted. I wanted to, because it was only stimulation, wasn't it? Don't get me wrong, like I had my kids and my partner, but it was a long time, wasn't it? It was a long time.
Yeah.
To be in that close quarters with 3 children, that would have been difficult.
Like, it was a fucking long time. So kind of, I guess, because I was making content on TikTok and I was going live on TikTok, and obviously I was meeting. That's how I met the other host. So he's my best friend. His name's Johan. I literally met him in April 2020 on TikTok.
no way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this South African bloke, Johan?
Yeah.
His accent's unreal.
Yeah, South African, but lives in the Highlands. Like, I've been to the Highlands 10 times now. He's come down to hang out with me 4 or 5 times. Like, yeah, we've started a podcast together. Fucking, yeah, man. Like, so for me, TikTok's been a great thing where I've made loads of friendships on there. But I don't know about you guys, but as and when you do, so if you ever kind of go to these social events where you meet people online, and online they come across as like these huge, really fun personalities and fucking cool people, and then you meet them and they're like, they couldn't be more different if you tried.
Yeah.
Bro, it's fucked, mate. Like, it's... I've had that so often, like, because there was loads, like, kind of 2021 till 22, there's loads of, like, creators meets and things like that, and this was at the point where, like, 100,000 on TikTok was, like, you were fucking big dick, you know? People,
big dick energy.
Mate, people would literally look at you and be like, fucking, this guy's famous. And you're not famous, you've just got a load of people that enjoy your content. It doesn't make you famous in any respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go to these creator meets and so many people who are one thing online, jeez, they could not be more different if you tried, man. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Well, is that like if you're commenting back and forth and they're like, yeah, love your stuff, really enjoy it, and then they meet you and they're like, hi.
No, so I mean other creators.
Oh, and they put on like a persona for the camera, and then you meet them and they're like, Who is
Quiet
that?
as a mouse, mate. Yeah.
Oh
Quiet
wow.
as a mouse. Look nothing like they look on social media. It's really interesting, but what I perceived, what I thought, this fucking guy's going to be like 6'8" and looks like a massive cunt. You get to him and he's like 5'4", and I'm like, what? How did you do this? You're a magician. Like, yeah, mate. Like, it's so interesting because so many people are so different.
That's true.
Some good, some bad, but you know, it is what you can be. What you want on social media, can't you? You know.
Yeah, there's no ceilings, is there?
No, man. Like, there's channels out there that literally hate on other people, and they have huge followings.
Well, that's their like sport, if you will.
Yeah, bro. That's their thing. That's their niche. If you want to call it a niche, they'll find other creators, fucking hate on them. I don't know, take their videos out of context, post it on their pages, and all of their followers will be like, oh yeah, fuck that guy. Like, do you know what I mean? And it blows. But then obviously there's ones who kind of big people up. I don't know if you've seen like trending online. At the moment, there's some quite big kind of gym influencers who are basically, when people are dicks, so somebody will make a video and there'll be a dick in their video, and then they'll post it, and then these huge gym influencers will kind of watch a bit of their video at the start, and then they'll take it and they'll be like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you think you're the only one in the gym and stuff like this? So it's kind of nearly flipping. So from where people are kind of keyboard warriors, it's now kind of flipping where people are being keyboard warriors on the bullies.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really interesting time, I think, on social media where when people are cunts, mate, because there's a lot of them online, isn't there? Like,
Yeah.
So many.
There's a lot.
We're two of them.
Like, it rocks my world how brave people are online.
Oh, defo, mate.
Like, it actually blows my mind where I've, you know, like you'll watch a video and you instantly go to the comment section because like, I want to see what people are saying.
Yeah, I always do.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
I'm a nosy cunt and I want to see why there's 10,000 comments. And people are savage, bro. Like, people say some hurtful stuff. Like, real deep stuff. Like, some of the stuff if I read, I'd be like, fuck, man, that hurt my feelings, man. Like, shit. I find it really interesting. But then, why? Like, what? I can truly say, hand on my own heart, I have never put a hate comment on anybody's video.
No, same.
Apart from saying something like, fuck the Tories.
Or maybe something like tongue-in-cheek where you know the person and you just like bantering them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's got to be done.
But I've never put a hate comment. And it blows my mind that people will watch a video and be like, fuck this guy. You know what? Fuck this bearded bald cunt. You're a cunt. And it's like, what? What? Yeah, mate. I don't know.
You know what you could say to that, Rick? You could be like, oh yeah, what does your wife think?
Yeah, but then my partner might get real cross with me, so I don't. yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, I'm a big fan of your podcast because you get some really interesting people on, don't you?
Yeah.
And people can order free beer, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
tell me about that. How did that come about?
Well, we always did the who you drinking segment at the end of our like podcast because we'd always have like a pod beer while we did the podcast, and we've got them here with us today.
Nice.
Got our beers, and then
Nice.
I always used to, before I come round to Ryan's, I'd always like go to Tesco on the way and get beers, and the Tesco was like shit and dead small. And the beers was like, the selection was just small and shit, so I'd end up getting duplicate beers every week, and we was like, I'd turn up with the beers to him and he'd be like, fucking got them again. And we was like, oh, we need to just get like a fucking sponsor or something like that. So we just DM'd Beer52 and said, this is what we do on our pod. We have a beer, blah, blah, blah. Is there any chance, you could just send us a crate out every month and we'll fucking shout you out and plug you? And he was just like, yeah, sound. And
yeah, all it took was one message. Yeah,
they send us a new crate every month, don't they? Because they get different themed beers, so they just send us a different crate out every month, and then all we do is just fucking plug them on the podcast and shout them out.
Isn't it wild that all you have to do is ask and you get shit like that?
Yeah. Because
and it's such a cool thing.
Yeah, it is.
So
like,
all they can say is no. We're like,
Yeah,
okay, thanks for your
that's it.
time. Thanks for responding. I'll
Yeah.
Nothing lost, nothing gained.
yeah.
Literally.
Like, we did it the same with Manscaped as well, because
Yeah.
we like partnered up with Manscaped, and they sent us both out like a fucking box with like a shitload of stuff in it. So like a trimmer for like your pubes, nose trimmer, fucking ball deodorant and shit like that. And we didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
And
So glad it does now.
they sent us that out.
I've worked with them, yeah. It's wild, the shit they look like.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, my balls look great, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just saying, like, it's just mad. Do you know what I mean? It just makes you want to fucking just like, there's something you want, just message them and be like, hey, we've got a pod, like, can we have it? And we'll shout you out.
Example, Hero. Right, that's a lie. I hadn't not ever heard of Hero, but I never bought it. So I was like, fucking hell, 60 quid for a hoodie is a lot, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot for a hoodie,
Get on
in my
Vinted.
opinion. Anyway, so I genuinely messaged that page and I was like, look, I want to buy 2 hoodies just because I'm going to Disneyland in April, taking my kids there for the first time. And I was like, I just want to wear like a thick hoodie and shorts. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, look, this is the normal size as I am. I didn't really understand their size guide. What size do you think I'll be? And this very lovely person messaged back and was like, oh, so if you're normally this size, you'll be XL. Do you want it kind of like quite fit? I was like, I want the baggy. I'm looking at the baggy hoodies. So anyway, they were like XL. And then basically, within 10 minutes, you could tell that they'd obviously seen my profile and looked at the numbers on my profile, because they jumped back into my DMs and they were like, choose any 2 items, we'll send you for free. And I was
Nice.
like, what? I was like, nah. That's 120 quid. Like, to retail value, it's 120 pounds. They're like, no, honestly, that's fine. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, fuck, I'll take you up on that. But all I did was prompt a message. That's
Yeah.
it.
They seen an
That's what
opportunity
we
as well, didn't they? And was like, who's going to wear this on his fucking
Yeah,
page?
Yeah, because I've worn it in my podcasts, I've worn it on my Instagram, I've tagged them in it. Because don't get me wrong, I was very grateful. Like, I would never message a brand and be like,
Yeah.
have you seen how many followers I got, bro? Like, I don't give a fuck about followers, mate. Like, I said this on my podcast last week. I was talking, because we had our first guest on, which was really fun. But I said, if I lost my Instagram now, would I re-download it? Probably not.
Wow.
What do you mean if you lost it? Like,
So, like, if I lost access,
oh, right, yeah.
or it got closed down, or
It just ceased to exist.
or just ceased to exist, would I re-download Instagram? No.
Yeah, we're the same. We both split up with our partners, both like within the space of about 6 months, didn't we?
Troubled single club.
And we both, like, when we did, we both just come off social media, like our own social medias, and we both said, like, we could never imagine going back to it now. Like, we just literally have the Trouble Boys Club Instagram, and like me and him aren't on anything, like, you know, by ourselves, kind of.
Yeah.
We just come as a duo now, don't we?
Come as a package.
But it's fucking refreshing, man.
It feels mint, doesn't it?
Does.
Because naturally you check your phone and you pick your phone up. And
Oh, it's insane.
yeah, I've not had anything now in like 2 months, but I've still got the Facebook app on my phone, but I've not got an account. And the amount of times I pick my phone up still and press Facebook, and then it's like, log in, and I'm like, oh yeah, shit. And my hand naturally just does it, and it's fucking scary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're so used to doing it.
It's fucked, mate. Like, how much time people spend on social media. And it's not a criticism, because it's been programmed into us nearly now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it truly has. Like, so I don't use TikTok at all. What I do is I make my videos on Instagram, post it, save it, go onto TikTok.
And then upload. Yeah.
But I don't open TikTok ever. Never.
No way.
I mean, I won't lie. I've got a viral from yesterday, so I have been opening it quite a lot, because
Well played.
the video's blowing up. It's on like, so fucking.
We'll have to follow you because we've made a page, but we've not posted
sick.
out yet.
Yeah, do it, please. Yeah, so it's on 500,000 views, and it's been up like just under 24 hours. So,
No way.
and I was like, why the fuck have I got so many kind of notifications on my Instagram app? Sorry, my TikTok app, and I opened it, and I was like, oh fuck, one of the videos is popping up. Like, what's going on?
Is that video on your Instagram too?
Yeah, so it's the most recent one I put saying, fucking, does anyone else have a really peoply job? But you've actually realised that you're not that fond of people. You just wish people would fuck off, yeah. That one. But like, so that sort of shit randomly pops into my head, or like I'll see, you know, like meme pages and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of, there's loads of them, isn't there, where they just post text, and I'll read it, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I could kind of maybe I could use a bit of that, but completely change the words and put my own kind of swing.
Yeah, make it into a video.
Yeah. And then once I thought that, I'm like, fuck. So like, I'll be driving down the motorway, and I'll stop.
On the hard shoulder.
No, I'm not on the hard shoulder. I'll like pull over in the services and be like, cool. I'll record it now, because if I don't, I'll forget it.
Yeah.
And so all of my recordings, all of them are in my car.
No way.
Because when I'm at home, I don't sit on my phone.
You don't have the headspace as well, do you, to sit there and think, like, if you're with kids. Like, I do the same when I'm in the car driving. That's when I have all my ideas. And I was saying to him the other day, I was like, there should be an app, like, called, like, do you know, like, with Siri, with your iPhone, if you, like, say, like, hey, Siri, or whatever like that. Oh, my phone's just gone off. But I said, like, if you can, there should be something where you can be like, fucking, hey, diary, and then you can just talk to it, and it writes it all down for you. And then you can come back to it. And he was like, there must be something like that. And I was like, there must be. But yeah.
They'd be like a dictating app, won't they? Like a dictating app where you can just talk and it'll write it down for you. There has to be.
It's a very good idea, though. Like, it's a really good idea, because I agree. Most of my ideas while I'm driving, and I'm like, fuck, I need to text someone. And then I'm like, hey, Siri, fucking call this person. And they're like, Rick, why are you calling me? I'm like, bro, just hear me out and whatever. Yeah, like, I do agree. When I'm at home, man, I'm busy, bro. Like, I've got a fucking 8-year-old, well, she's 8 on Monday, an 8-year-old, he's 4 but very nearly 5, and a 1-year-old next week.
No way.
Like, my house is busy, man.
I could imagine
like,
that, yeah.
Fucking kids are lovely, and they're delicious, and they're delightful. But fuck me, whoever says parenting's easy is a big fat liar, right?
Oh, bullshit. I was good. Is your nearly 8-year-old kind of know about TikTok and stuff then? Is she at that age, or?
Right, so it's really interesting. She hasn't really mentioned any social media. Like, she plays Roblox, loves Roblox.
Yeah.
Fucking lives it. But she hasn't mentioned any social media yet. Like, I've messed around, you know, like when you can take selfies on Instagram and you put those little filters on. Like, we'll mess around with them where it'll be like a fucking Christmas hat or like star eyes or whatever. But she hasn't asked the question yet of, oh, when can I have that? Or, when can I have a phone? Like, she's still quite adolescent. Like, she's still very, which I love, man. Like, I love that she's still kind of very sweet and innocent, and all she wants to do is draw and read books. Like, I think that's cool as fuck.
It's amazing. That's like a dream, innit? Especially in today's world.
Like, I've got my 14-year-old sister lives with me. Long story short, my mum passed a year ago, January. She had another kid, obviously my half sister. So I'm now a full-time guardian. So she lives with me since last year in January. So going from like having, well, a nearly 7-year-old at the time to having a fucking 13-year-old, but one was obviously going through everything that she was going through, losing her mum, then moving, obviously living with her big brother, who also has fucking kids, then changing schools and everything.
Yeah, hormones as well.
Oh, mate, literally, so she just had a period. Like, yeah, bro, it was fucked, mate, because obviously it's mad when people say, oh, you know, when your kids hit a certain age, fucking, all they're going to do is sit in their room. And fuck, dude, like, I struggle to get her out of her room. No, I mean, I really struggle. Like, her name's Yasmin, and I'm like, Yas, do you want to, I don't know, we're going to the park and we're probably going to grab coffee and a fucking sausage roll or something. No, I'm like, what? But then I'll look, because obviously I've got her, like, on the family thing on Apple, and I'll look, and she's been on social media for like 16 hours that day.
Wow.
Holy potatoes.
Yeah, bro. It's that's long, isn't it? But like, it's all Snapchat. So they'll all sit and they talk through Snapchat, they call through Snapchat, they FaceTime through Snapchat.
They use it like their WhatsApp, isn't it? Snapchat's like their WhatsApp.
Snapchat's their WhatsApp, exactly that. Because I was obviously quite concerned, and I was like, fucking, in my opinion, Snapchat's where fucking adults are sending dick pics and fucking all this nonsense, and it's just disappearing. But I'm very open and honest with her, you know, like, I'm very forward, I'm very outspoken, I'm very, you know, I don't want any secrets or anything. So I'm like, you know, like, what's going on? Like, have you kissed a boy? And she's like, oh, once. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, have you ever done anything more than that? She's like, no, not at all. And I'm like, cool. That kind of puts me at ease a little bit. Because, you know, I am her parent, and I need to kind of, not set boundaries, but I need to...
You need to find that line, don't you?
No,
find that line, yeah.
But fucking going from that age, from like this very sweet and innocent little 7-year-old to fucking having this 14-year-old sister that wants like Nike hoodies, and she wants like Air Force fucking ones. Like, she was like, oh, all I want for my birthday this year is a fucking £400 pair of trainers. I'm like, are you mad, mate? Like,
just fucking...
Fuck you just... I'm like, I don't even wear £400 trainers, so why the fuck? Obviously, I'll buy them for her because I'm safe for them, but yeah, mate, like, it's wild. It's wild, the whole social media thing for kids. I mean, how old are you two?
29.
I'm 30.
30.
Could you imagine, bro? Imagine being at school now with all the social media that we have.
That'd be terrible. No one would be able to look up to the teacher and listen to what they're saying.
It would be fucking atrocious, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so thankful that I grew up as a kid without social media.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
Like, all I did was want to go out on my BMX, and I ruined my trainers because I never used my brakes. I used my trainers for my brakes. And, like, £1 would get you fucking 30 penny sweets and Pokemon cards and maybe a bottle of Coke, and you're living your best life, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, playing football against a curb or something like that.
Yeah, bro, Kirby, everything.
There you go.
Imagine giving a kid £1 now, they'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Cost me £1 just to receive that £1 from you.
Yeah.
So now I'm at fucking zero balance, mate.
Literally. They'd be like, I need a tenner, you cunt. Like, I can't get a drink.
I said it the other week to my stepdaughter. She had a tenner, like a £10 note, and she's 6, so just a bit younger than your daughter. Give her a tenner, and she's got this like toy safe that you put a password in and put the money in. So
Yeah.
I said, why don't you put that money in your safe so you don't lose it? And she went, it's only £10. She went, it's not a lot anyway. And I was like, mate, £10's not a lot. I was like, you got more money than me at the minute, mate. Like,
Yeah,
fucking,
bro.
do you know what I mean?
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it's mad.
the concept. I feel like social media has created this kind of really interesting generation where, right, so one of my very good friends is a carpenter. This is just an example. He's 36, he's my age, and he's like, bro, I haven't got any employees younger than 25 because nobody applies. Like he wants to do apprenticeships and everything. He's got a really big carpentry company. Nobody has applied. Not one cunt. And he was like, mate, like 10 years ago, fucking I had like over 1,000 applicants and I had to pick and choose who I took on. And he was like, now, truly, I maybe get 2. Maybe. He's like, so what's going to happen is trades, they're all going to die out, mate. They're going to become millionaires within 15 years. All the people that are in trades, all of them. Because nobody's going to follow them. So there's going to be lack of.
Yeah.
You try and get a plumber now. Try and get a plumber to your house and see how long it fucking takes. And how much you're going to try and... You can't do it. You can't do it, bro. Like, you fucking can't do it. So imagine what's going to be like in 15, 20 years when something breaks down your house and you're not savvy with it all, because that's fine, because people are busy and they've never learned in it. Yeah, you try and get it. It's not going to happen.
No,
they don't want to do it because it's not the cool thing, or it's not like, oh... fucking, you can make a house. Well done, mate. You're a fucking faggot. Like, nah. I think that's phenomenal. I wish I could make a house.
Yeah,
could
true.
you imagine being able to make a house? I'd be making every kind of house. I can't.
I think I'd walk around erect all the time if I could build a house.
Could you imagine? Imagine looking at a house and be like, I fucking me. I did that with my own hands. I can't do that.
No.
And I'm not ashamed to admit that, but I wish I could.
No, it'd be sick. He can't even use a drill or anything, or any DIY.
I knew this was coming. He pointed at me just a second ago while you were still talking. I seen him go like that, and I was like, "What the fuck's he gonna say now?"
Yeah.
He gets me to do all this fucking shit for him, like DIY and everything.
Yeah, who's really the admin bitch?
Yes. But mate, I feel like we're making a generation that don't want to work hard. Or maybe that's the wrong thing to say. I can't tarnish them all with the same brush, but they want to work hard, but in completely different things. So
Yeah.
if you said to them, "Oh, if you work hard, you could be a social media influencer," they'd be like, "Cool, I want to do that."
But it legit doesn't take a lot of hard work, though, does it? If you get like the right niche, the right video, you could go boom overnight. It's not hard
mate,
work.
you make millions.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got a friend who's a female. She is a body positivity influencer, if you will. So she's very curvy. She's probably size 16. Very, very, very attractive woman.
Yeah.
Very, very attractive woman. She's making about 30k a month, bro.
Whoa.
Bloody
what,
hell.
just from like social media and stuff?
Just from social media, doing campaigns with companies. So when you're like a full-time social media content creator, you have a manager. When you have a manager, they're basically telling you what social. So you'll have like meetings, and you'll be kind of brainstorming, and they'll be like, right, this is the content you got to make. So this is your next thing you're doing. This is your next thing you're doing. So I'm not saying it's easier in any respect. I'm not saying it's easier, but people are making all of those choices for you, and they're kind of leading you and directing you, and then obviously you being the face of that channel are obviously just executing it.
Yeah.
Do you not think that takes a lot of the passion out of it, though? If you're just getting led and directed to X, Y, and Z, you're not talking about the things that you actually want to talk about, maybe?
So that's why I have never made money off my social media.
No, us neither.
Never.
We've not got a carrot.
Never. Like, and don't get me wrong, mate, if one day my podcast blows up and I can earn money through that, sensational.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of podcasts out there, guys, that are doing like 200k a month, mate.
That's mad. Mad.
Bro,
Serious?
some big podcasts, mate.
Well, we're coming after him, aren't we, Rick? Both of us, we're coming after him.
Yeah, bro, fucking mate. There's money to be made. There's money to be made on podcasts, but it takes time. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen overnight. We're talking like 2-3 year long game.
Yeah.
But once you hit a certain amount of downloads, and once your analytics hit a certain amount, and they kind of trigger a few things, Spotify will start putting adverts in your podcasts. And when they do that, obviously you get paid for that.
Yeah.
If you then put it on YouTube and you then have to hit a certain amount of watch hours and views, you then obviously get adverts put in them, and then you make a revenue income from that. You can then take clips and like bonus content out of your podcasts and videos and whatever, put them on Patreon. You can make content, you can make money out of that. Patreon's a big one, mate. It's there's probably over 1,000 podcasts in the UK that are making over 50k a month just on Patreon subscribers.
Bloody hell.
So what is that Patreon then? Is that like a platform within itself? Or?
So think of Patreon as OnlyFans, but you're not seeing everyone's tits and dick. You're seeing bonus content.
Ah, right. Yeah, because I think my ex-partner listened to a podcast called, it's like a female one called like Nip Tuck and
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And
Yeah.
she said that they do like the weekly episode, and then they have like a paid one which you can subscribe to. So it might be that.
Yeah, so it will be that. So what that'll do is, one, that'll give early releases. So we've got a Patreon. We've got like 16 subscribers, and they pay $3 a month,
No way.
which is wild, mate.
Yeah, that's
so we're
like
making like $50 a month.
that's sick.
But
That.
what we do is, so whenever we're recording something, obviously because our podcast is very risque, like we talk about everything. But if there's stuff in there and people have sent in secrets or confessions on it that we can't obviously talk about in an open platform where
Anyone
maybe
can listen.
maybe kind of people will be triggered by it or whatever, we'll talk about it, so like we are now, but then that'll get pulled out.
Yeah.
And then that'll go on as bonus content in Patreon.
Yeah.
Where it's called Too Hot for TikTok, we call it. And then so we early release our episodes on Patreon 2 days before it goes out to the general public, so people can listen to it early. Because I guarantee you guys will have some people who are like avid listeners, and they're fucking chomping at the bit for you guys to release.
Yeah.
I promise you'll have it. You make a Patreon and be like $5 a month, and you'll get it 2 days early. I think you'd be surprised. 10 people probably like, yeah, I want it. Mate, you'd be surprised. But then as your channel grows,
Yeah.
your subscribers grow. And that's where the real money comes, mate. Like, bro, there's some fucking big channel. I say not even big. Like, for example, Shits and Gigs.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is phenomenal. Their podcast is flawless. It's absolutely amazing. But they've got over 20,000 subscribers on their Patreon.
Wow.
What, you do that?
Is that a $5 a month as well?
Yeah. So they're making $100,000 just through Patreon.
Wow. And that's just through that?
Just through that. That's 1.2 million a year just through Patreon.
Wow.
Jesus.
And then you've got all your other income streams.
Yeah, and I always think as well that with podcasts as well, it is like, I'm not saying it's easy money, but it's like all you're doing is having a chat and shit. Do you know what I mean? And it's
of course, you know, don't get me wrong. You keep it interesting. You get the right people on. You know, you get people with big following. You know, don't get me wrong. When you make the graphic of me and this goes out, obviously I'll share it all over my platform. Of course I will. It's very fun to do. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But all it takes is more and more traction. So like we've had our Confessional. So I've had the idea for about a year, but I'd never brought it into reality until we did our first recording like the last week of November, and then we took 2 weeks off over Christmas, and then we had like a week and a half off over January. So we've done 10 episodes, and yeah, I think as it grows, there's only more and more potential, isn't there?
Yeah, defo, 100%.
There's only more and more potential, and it could be a huge thing, mate. Like, it could be fucking, mate, you never know. You guys could be in the next top 10 podcast in 2 years' time.
Defo. That's the aim, anyway.
It's the aim, but I suppose we don't want to like forget our like roots and how we started it and stuff like that. So if it's organic, that's like the better. It's like if being organic and then a byproduct of that becomes success, like we're onto a winner. We don't want to lose ourselves to the machine of having to like.
No, for sure. You don't have to.
Yeah,
definitely not. But all that would happen. So I 100% agree, and I've thought about in so many different scenarios. But all that will happen is, so for example, my podcast, we've got me and Johan, and then the producer's called Mike. Mike obviously he literally does everything. He produces, he edits, he does all the graphics. I do the social media. Johan just fucking comes along for the ride because that's Mike. Don't get me wrong, he has phenomenal input, and he's very spiritual and very, very mature. And he gives very deep and meaningful answers. Whereas I'm like, fuck that. Yeah. So he'll be like, oh, but, you know, have you considered their feelings? And I'm like, fuck their feelings. They were a cunt, mate. Yeah, so it's a very good mix. It's a very good mixture. But my thought is, at the moment, Johan's in the Highlands. I'm in Somerset. Mike lives in fucking Birmingham. So we're literally all across the UK. Eventually, as and when income streams start coming in, and we're talking we'd need $2,000 or $3,000 a month coming in, we would then rent a studio space, probably around Birmingham, because that's central to all of us. And then we would come together once a week, and then we would have a studio. But then as you grow, you then need more people. So I know some of these podcasts, they have 2 editors who they pay full time. They have a producer who they pay full time. They'll have lights and camera people who they pay full time.
Yeah.
They'll have people behind the scenes writing these notes. So you're writing notes currently. They'll have people behind the scenes being like, right, read this the day before we go into the next episode. So a lot more goes into their production. And don't get me wrong, even if they're turning over $200K a month, obviously that's not all theirs. They're probably paying out $100,000 a fucking month to have
salaries and
around
stuff.
them.
Yeah, definitely.
But they've obviously grown organically. Of course they have. Because you're not a millionaire and go, fuck it, I'm going to start a podcast. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do it, would you? Like, as fun as it is sitting around and chatting with like-minded people and pals, like... Yeah, I've got much better things I'd be doing if I was a millionaire. So I can assure you that. I think that's very admirable to say that obviously you want to remember your roots and grow organically. And I think that's the best way. Because we haven't paid for any promotion or anything like that. Like, fuck that. Like, if people want to listen to it, great. And if they don't, no stress, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
Is your producer, is he just like part of the team and that, or is he just someone that you pay to do it?
No, so basically, I wanted to start a podcast about 12 months ago because I always did this thing on my Instagram. Every Sunday night, I send in your secrets and confessions, and I'll share them. No judgments, no questions. Whatever it says, I'll share it. And some of them are obviously fucking outrageous.
Have you got a most outrageous one that you've ever got, be it on the podcast or just via Instagram, that sort of like sticks in your head and you're like, fuck, that was ridiculous?
Well, I've got one that sticks in my head where I know the couple and I've known them for many years. And the woman of the couple had sent in that she'd been having an affair for 6 years with another man who was also a friend of that couple.
Oh no.
That I was like, she realised this isn't anonymous. Like,
did she know it was you as well? Like when she sent it in?
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. And
why?
I was like,
what?
fuck. But bro, it's not my place to say.
No judgments.
No judgment. And that's the whole thing of the podcast and the secrets and confessions. The whole thing was, there's no judgment, no questions. You send it in, I'll share it, and basically it's for all of the people that follow my page to enjoy and read. And people fucking live for it, mate. They love it.
I could imagine that.
People literally message my DMs and they're like, why haven't you fucking put up the status yet? I've got a popcorn ready at 7 p.m, Rick, come on. And it is very enjoyable because obviously there's somehow, like, most of it's about people having affairs or like funny sex stories or some of it's, very, very fucking deep where people are like depressed and they've thought about suicide. Some of it's about health issues, which they will post about, and then somebody else on my Instagram will be like, fucking, I know all about this. Put me in touch with them if they're happy, and yeah, all sorts. So, I mean, it's wild, bro. Like it's so up and down. Like our episodes when we're recording podcasts, 1 minute it'd be like, oh, fucking, I was bent over in the shower by my ex-partner and he was fucking me and my foot slipped and his cock came out, went up my ass and I fainted. That was literally
on my notes there because that's my favourite one that I was going to say. That's my favourite one. She fainted. Like, oh no!
Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine having sex with a woman?
So
your foot slips, you fuck her in the ass and she faints.
What, so he slipped and then it went in the ass, or he slipped and came out and then went to go back in and just went straight in the ass?
It went straight in the ass and she fainted. She just, could you imagine? I killed her.
Imagine that on your fucking death certificate.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, so there's stuff like that, but then there's stuff like, I've been married for 18 years, and we've been in a sexless marriage for 10 years.
Wow.
He hasn't touched me. I'm really unhappy, but I don't know what to do because financially I wouldn't be able to leave my partner.
Wow.
We've got 3 kids. They're all moved out because they're grown up. And would just love a male's perspective. And then obviously we'll converse about that. So it's all a complete mix. But anyway, so that's kind of, so I was doing that on my Instagram, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I had a thought of doing a podcast, really started looking into it and I was like, fuck, there's a lot that goes into it, isn't there? Like, really, when it comes to the editing and the filming and I was like, I can't do any of that. I make my videos so simply. I don't know how to edit. I'm very happy to say I've got no idea. Anyway, I kept doing what I was doing on my social media, and then Mike, our producer, got in touch, randomly jumped into my DMs and was like, hey man, I love your content and I would love for you to come on. I'd like to speak to you about being a father. And the stigmas of fathers and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I don't have like a mic or anything. I've literally just got my MacBook Pro. And he was like, no, that's fine. And he was like, put your fucking Apple headphones in and we'll have a discussion. And I was like, okay, sick. And I'd never met him. And he came on and we had like an hour's discussion where it was recorded like this. And then off camera, he was like, because obviously he was telling me that he had produced 3 podcasts. And I was like, oh, mate, that's so amazing. I was like, I really want to start a podcast. I've got no idea how. And I looked into it, and then the editing side, it's so demanding.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time. I don't have the headspace for it because I spin so many plates, I just don't have the headspace for it. He was like, I'll do it. I was like, what? He was like, I'll do it. I was like, I don't have the money to pay you, bro. He was like, all right, we'll do it on the basis. And then obviously there was a bit more of an in-depth discussion. And he was like, I'll do it on the basis that between me, as in me, Mike and Johan, as and when the podcast starts making a revenue, we split it 3 ways.
No way.
And I was like,
sweet deal.
Okay. He was like, I'm serious. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then kind of lots of behind the scenes went in for the name and obviously the edits, and there was loads of like different edits with different text and different images and this, that and the other. And then eventually we came up with the Confessional podcast and then obviously the edit for it. And yeah, mate, yeah, it kind of came to light. So we did we were test recording for about 4 weeks, mate. Yeah, so we were test recording for about 4 weeks and kind of coming together and chatting and just kind of really getting to know each other. Because obviously me and Johan knew each other, but Mike didn't really know us, really. He just knew me from my social media, and I just brought Johan in.
Was that to try and build a bit of chemistry between the three of us?
Yeah, just to kind of gauge everyone and how everyone speaks and, you know, who interrupts and who's the most excited and who's the most kind of diplomatic and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the most excited and fucking interrupting. And Johan's very kind of diplomatic and very calm and very, very wise with his words. And I'm like, nah, fuck that cunt. Yeah, so then, we did our first official recording. It was the 3rd week of November, and then it was released just before December, the first episode. And it was like, wow, we've done an episode. And it kind of rocked my world when I heard my voice on Spotify. So I never watched back any of my content on social media, never. So when I sat and I listened for an hour, a little bit of me cringed because I was like, fuck, is that what it sounds like? Ooh, that's weird. But then, oh mate, I enjoyed it so much. And it's so easy going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just chilled.
No, it is. I was going to say, that's sick, 'cause I've not actually looked at your page, like you said, on Instagram. I'm just got it up now, the Confessional __ podcast.
Yeah.
And it's so good, like you said. I proper love like all the designs and that, like it's a bit similar to ours in terms of like, like the paper cut out kind of texture style.
Yeah, man.
But no, I really like it.
It's cool.
Yeah, and then
like it's very simple. It's not very fancy or flashy. Like we haven't paid any money for anything. Yeah, and I enjoy it, mate. If our podcast goes nowhere, I'm enjoying it. Like I don't feel like it's a chore. Like I'm not like, oh fuck, man, I've got to record tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, cool. Like, I'm gonna jump on with Johan. Because normally I call Johan every day.
Yeah.
Every day we chat. So I purposely don't call him the day that we're recording, so that we can catch up on the podcast at the start of it.
That's good, yeah.
And I'm chomping at the bit that day. Because we record on a Tuesday, and every Tuesday I'll go to fucking call him just before I start driving, and I'm like, fuck, it's Tuesday. yeah, mate. And I hate it, because sometimes, obviously, if I try and call him on a Monday and he doesn't answer, I haven't spoken to him since Friday, because we don't chat on the weekend, because he's got a kid and I've got kids, and life's just fucking busy, isn't it?
No, it is.
It's true.
So yeah, it's fun. But that's where it came from. It literally just came from me talking to this guy who invited me on to chat about being a dad.
That's mad.
To then him being like, well, for you, mate, I've fucking produced 3 podcasts. And I was like, wow.
But was that his own podcast then that he got you on? Because I was just having a look now, because you're all in the bio, aren't you? So is he? Yeah, Mike is distracted.
So he was doing behind the scenes stuff. Let me go on it. So he was doing behind the scenes stuff for Lights, Colours and Sounds.
Yeah,
so
just having a look then.
A podcast which he's starting about ADHD.
Oh, nice.
Because obviously I've spoken, like, I had ADHD when I was a kid. Do I have it now? I don't know. I've never made any of my content about it.
Yeah.
Never. Like, I don't know why, but it really irritates me when people are like, I've got ADHD. I do this, and it's like, just chill out, mate. Like, don't make it your whole personality. Just live with it.
Yeah.
And people have to accept it, and if they don't, that's fine.
Fuck them.
It doesn't matter, does it? So yeah, we were speaking about that. So he was basically starting another podcast, and that's why he invited me on. It was for something else, but the three that he kind of helped produce and start. I won't lie, I can't remember the names, but if I can get hold of them, I'll send them over to you and have a look at them. But one of them's incredibly successful to the point, where they're making they do it full time and it's completely life changing money and it's doing very well. But mate, there is money in podcasts. It's something outrageous, right? So if you get, I believe, over 200 downloads per episode, that puts you in the top 10% of podcasts on Spotify in the UK.
So when you say downloads, does that mean?
So listens.
Listens.
Oh right, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant people going on Spotify and downloading your fucking episode. And
I know, we've got zero.
Going on Spotify and listening to your episode.
Oh right, no, that's mint. I think,
which is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, we got an email once from I think it was fucking Podbean or something like that, and they said we charted in the Apple charts or something like that. Can't remember exactly what it was, but we ranked in the mental health charts, and I was like, that's
amazing,
sick.
I think we were 82 out of 100 or something like that.
Something like that. And I was like, that's mad. Just from all we use is Instagram as well. We've not done anything, and where we're currently at now, because we've kind of changed the structure of it, and we just pretty much get guests on all the time because that's what we prefer. Do you know what I mean? Because there's only so much me and him could talk about until we fucking run out of juice. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
And then we just get guests on now, and we love just chatting to different people and finding out their backgrounds and just different walks of life, and just it's fucking interesting.
Everyone's got a story, hasn't there? And we're keen to give people a platform
from this episode to who we had on last week. It's just so different in general.
Yeah.
But what I've loved about this chat as well, mate, we've not even gone off our script at all. It's just all been natural as fuck, and it's been mint. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's cool, man. I thoroughly enjoy meeting people, just talking and seeing where it goes. So when it was you that messaged me and was do you want is there anything you want to talk about, or do you want to just go with the flow? I was like, fuck it, man, let's just see how it goes.
I have to do that because some people are I'd like to come on and talk about addiction, or I'd like to come and talk about this or that, and when they reach out, they kind of want to get something off their chest. That's why I have to ask. But you was just let's fucking shoot the shit, and that makes it well easier for us.
No,
so
it does.
We can sit here and just chat shit all day.
It does, and you're very good at talking as well, and just
yes,
you know what I mean. No, in a good way though. You're dead interesting and tell proper funny shit.
We've not even introduced him.
Well, we can do the intro after, can't we? And then when I edit, I can put the intro at the start, and then we'll just jump straight in. Because
man,
it might as well. But
I did wonder if we're recorded or whether I've just gone on an hour's tangent.
Oh mate, imagine if we haven't recorded yet.
I checked about 5 minutes in. I got it up and was like, if we're not recording now, we're fucked.
No, I pressed record, mate, before we joined.
Savage.
I did actually want to ask a question whilst I've got the mic. So another thing that we have learned from listening to your show is that you are on OnlyFans. Is that right?
Used to have. Yes, sir.
Can you tell us a bit more about that? Is that yes. You just fucking meat spinning and shit, or is it
So OnlyFans came from October 2020, where my first account on TikTok blew up, mate. I had 500,000 followers.
Shit.
It was huge. Loads of people kept commenting, saying OnlyFans, question mark. Swear on my life. I was like, what the fuck is OnlyFans? And obviously I looked into it and I was like, there's people having a wank. women doing whatever they do. Because OnlyFans back in 2020 wasn't really kind of soft porn.
Yeah.
It wasn't like couples fucking. It was all solo.
Right, okay.
So I remember saying to my missus at the time, babe, do you want to fucking jump on OnlyFans? Make some money.
Make some dough.
And she literally said to me, promise me you won't run off with anyone and you do what you got to do.
No way. That is mint,
And I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So I went on OnlyFans. Mate, I was getting naked. Okay, so here we go. So my first thought was it'd be like teasers, like fucking in my boxes with bulges. Maybe like a
pair of socks down there.
Yeah, maybe like a picture of my ass or something. But then I'd made this link, I'd posted it, and I got fucking 300 subscribers, and they all paid me $10
for.
So I made $3,000 in fucking
per month.
24 hours.
Oh, in 24 hours.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck. And then people started going into the DMs of it and started requesting stuff.
Fuck me.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, I've literally just started it. I don't really know how comfortable I am.
I'm a bit shy.
And they were like, I'll pay $50. I was like, bosh. But then before you know it, mate, you're fucking wanking and shooting.
How much money did you make, like, in total?
So I was on it for the first time. I was on it for about 12 months. Over that period, I made about 36 grand.
Oh my god,
mate! Should we start a Trouble Boys OnlyFans? Oh my god!
OnlyFans.
I think we might put a poll on this episode that when we release it, we might put a poll, and if we get like 10 people saying yeah, I think we might have to do it. Right. Not wanking each other off, like a singular one.
Yeah. So it blew my mind, mate, because I was like, fuck. Basically, I'm having a wank, but instead of having a wank on my own, obviously I'm just setting up a camera and recording it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna edit this out the episode. So this is just obviously for your ears.
So that's my right. So I'm so easygoing when it comes to sex, man. I'm like, it's just a penis. A girl's got a vagina and tits. Like, relax. Like, it's just it's a body. It's natural. Whether you're fucking fat, thin, tall, short, it doesn't matter. Everyone's got a cock. Everyone.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting, this is genuine facts. Right, so I don't have a massive cock. And I'm very happy to admit that. But what's really interesting is so I'd say 95% of my subscribers at the time were female. And they're all like, I haven't subscribed to this because I want to see this fucking huge cock. Now I've subscribed to it because obviously your content drew me in because I really enjoyed it. I found it humorous. Then I found out that you had... So I used to have a naughty Instagram where I used to promote my OnlyFans, where, like, I post, like, topless or in my boxes or whatever. And then, like, we kind of saw your naughty side, and then like, fuck, now I want to see more. Now, like, so kind of your personality drew us in. Rather than me going, I've got a fucking 9-inch fucking cock, and all I do is ram fucking sluts all day. Like this big, dominant man. That was just not the case. But yeah, so I was on it for a year. I made like 35 grand. And I was like, wow, that's kind of blown me away. Obviously, I had to pay tax on it and everything. Because people don't remember, if you earn good money for it, you got to pay tax, mate. So,
Oh, yeah.
So was that just like 20% like flat rate or whatever? So like...
So I did it a bit differently. So I did a limited company.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I came off it for a year. Because it sounds crazy, but you get bored of wanking on camera. Like, you do, mate. Like, you literally get bored of wanking on camera. So I came off of it for a year, and then December 2022, I was like, oh, I really want to go on holiday.
I know where this is going.
I was like, I really want to go on holiday. And the holiday was about $8,000. And I was like, I do not have $8,000. Yet. I spoke to my partner again, and I was like, do you mind if I kind of bring it back up? And she was like, same rules apply. Don't go off with anyone. And I was like, cool, let's go. So I started it again, and in 6 months, over a period of... No, I tell a lie. Like, I phased it out about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Phased it out. Stopped promoting it. Closed my Instagram. Phased it out. And from December 2022 up until, let's say, December 2023, made around another 24,000.
Wow, that's mad.
Yeah, and I didn't promote it heavily at all.
So on like your naughty Instagram page and all stuff like that, do you have like your face in it so you're not bothered if people...
Oh, mate, yeah, I'm not bothered. Whatever. Like, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Like, true, so... I have nothing to hide. I'm self-employed, so an employer can't fucking fire me for it. So yeah, truly, I have nothing to hide. And a lot of people, like I had some people kind of be like, well, "You've got kids. What if they find out?"
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
And I'll be like, if they find out, I'll be very open and honest with them. Do you remember that holiday we went on? No, I'm serious. Do you remember that holiday we went on where we created those phenomenal memories and we had an amazing time? That's what paid for it.
Yeah.
Daddy had to wank into a camera.
Am I ashamed of that? No, I'm not fuck.
I think it's meant that you've got that, like, you know, you don't give a fuck and stuff like that.
It's not that I don't give a fuck. I care about their feelings.
Yeah.
And maybe even when they're older, they might get teased for it.
But would it be anywhere, though? Because you can't just access it, can you? Because in it all private, you're
so unless you paid for it, you can't access it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I couldn't go on, like, Pornhub now and type you in and it won't come up. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Exactly.
No. It's only through... And OnlyFans is a very safe and secure site. Like you said, to make an account, you have to fucking verify and show your passport and put in business details and bank details.
Yeah.
And for people to subscribe, it's the same process. So it's not like you can just go on OnlyFans now, find someone, buy their stuff. Like, you have to create an account and be verified and everything. Then if you get caught to be downloading their content or screenshotting or videoing it, you go to prison for that, mate.
Like revenge. Yeah, I was going to say, is it classed as revenge porn if you do that?
Like, you'll literally go to prison for it. So, yeah, it's because I'm so easygoing when it comes to sex and it comes to porn or it comes to kind of people doing it.
Doing it.
I don't mean doing it as in fucking. I mean, like, doing it as in being creators on OnlyFans. Like, I know some people who are creators on OnlyFans, mate. They're making 7 figures.
Oh, mate, it's ridiculous. Me and my ex-partner watched, I don't know if you've seen, do you know Olivia Atwood?
Yeah.
From OnlyFans, not from OnlyFans, from Love Island. She did a documentary on OnlyFans and she, like, interviewed a shitload of people and, like, the money they make and, like, they've got, like, super fucking cars outside their house, mansions. Bro, and I'm just like, it's ridiculous. If I was a girl, right, and I had fucking tits and stuff like that, like,
I'd be all over it.
On it, like, whereas, like you said, for a dude, it's a bit harder because we've just got fucking...
it is difficult.
Sloppy willies and...
Really,
you know what I mean?
It's really difficult as a male creator, unless you do collabs, where basically you collaborate with other creators, like other females.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for men. I think how I did okay on it was because of my following on social media.
Yeah.
Whether if I'd have just had 2,000 followers on my Instagram, would I have done as well? I highly doubt I would have even made $100.
Yeah.
Genuine truth. But like, I know a friend, she was kind of questioning me about OnlyFans because she was like, Rick, you've started it, how is it? And I was like, it's great. I was like, I'm getting paid to wank, mate. And I'm making like some pretty decent money. So
that's literally your dream job.
That is my dream job, that.
But honestly, it was phenomenal. And then she was like, cool, right, kind of. She was kind of questioning me about it for about 3 months. Anyway, she started on OnlyFans, and in 3 years, she's made $700,000, bro.
What?
£700,000 in 3 years.
Does she want a troubled boy collaborator?
Does she want a collaborator?
No, mate. When you're in that scene and you're in that world, it's not as simple as just messaging another creator. So it wouldn't be as simple as me messaging a female and be like, hey, do you want to fuck on camera?
Yeah.
Like, so they're all really professional when it comes to it. So, like, you have to have certificates to say that you're clean.
Yeah.
You have to get your bloods checked. Like, so they're all really fucking professional.
Yeah. It is like
rightly so.
They take it deadly fucking serious. You'd have certificates, you're not touching them.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just how it is. But like, I know males. I've got male friends who do it, and I've got female friends who do it, and they collaborate actively. They collaborate once a week, and obviously they'll share the content on each other's platforms, and obviously you have to sign consent forms. So it is a business.
No, of course it is. Yeah.
It's not just like me contacting another chick who's on OnlyFans being, "Oh, do you want to fuck?"
Yeah.
And it being cool. Like, nah. Like, some men treat it like that because they just want to hook up.
Yeah.
But you can, and I'd imagine some women treat it like that because they just want to hook up. But you can kind of weed them out very, very, very quickly.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Because a lot of OnlyFans creators used to get so much shit online, so much stick. And I'm just like, hey man, if they're doing it consensually and they're being safe and they're happy, the fuck is it to do with anyone else?
They're not hurting anyone, are they?
Exactly. What is it to do with anyone else?
I was going to ask, sorry, why we're still on the topic. Can you share, like, kind of like 2 questions in one? What's, like, the weirdest request you got in your messages? And then also, like, if you don't mind me asking, like, what's the most money, like, someone's, like, offered you to do something?
So, it was a male, and he wanted me to shit on my bed. What? He wanted me to shit on my bed. And he offered offered me $600.
Can I ask, was you meant to be facing the front of the camera, or was you meant to be facing with your back to it?
So he wanted me to face with my back to it so he could see the shit coming out.
I was going to ask, next question, did you miss his mind washing the bed sheets then?
I truly didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Is that too far?
That was the most bizarre request I'd had. And that was the most money I'd offered.
Oh, right.
Sorry, that was the most money somebody had offered me.
Imagine if he was like, I want to order you a fucking spicy ass vindaloo the night before. You guys spray it all over, white bedding.
Yeah, that was mine, and that was from a male. All the females that had ever subscribed were incredibly respectful. To be fair, mate, I never had any kind of red flag moments where I was worried or I was... And I've heard some fucking horror stories from men and women who were creators at the time.
Yeah.
But I never had any of that. Like, I never had... Like, everyone was really respectful, very lovely. Obviously, you know, they all wanted their own thing and they were all into their own thing and their own kink. And, but yeah, mate, everyone that subscribed to me was lovely. Truly, like, really. And I still speak to 2 people who subscribed to me back from 2020. I've literally got their WhatsApps. One's an American woman, and we get on really well. Like
No
message like, how's your day? How's life? How are the kids? Weird, mate, but no, she's like, I think she's like mid-50s. Lovely woman. Absolute delight. Truly a fucking delight. Messaging me on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas.
No, that's so nice.
When my mum passed, oh my God, Rick, my condolences, and like sent me this beautiful heartfelt message.
Oh, it's so nice.
So I've met some real nice people through it, but obviously a lot of them are just there because 1, they're probably curious because they want to see your penis, or 2, they want to see you have a wank and see what you look like when you come.
Yeah.
The vinegar strokes.
Yeah.
You can see into someone's soul if you make eye contact with them with the vinegar strokes.
But can you make money through it? Yes, you can. Is it easy work? No, it's not. It's not easy. Like, I think some people think that you can just make an account, have a wank, push your link account somewhere, and you'll make fucking thousands. No. You have to promote yourself.
Definitely.
So the key to OnlyFans is promoting yourself and your account, letting people know that it's there. Because if people don't know or they don't find your link, they can't subscribe.
Don't know you exist. It's essentially like the podcast, isn't it? Except like you're getting your cock out, like, do you know what I mean? In terms of like promoting.
We don't know what it is in the studio.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So I had it, and I'm not ashamed of it.
No, you shouldn't be.
Mate, it's just because I'm so easygoing with it. I'd imagine there's some people who are horrified by the thought. And I'd imagine there are some people who think that you're fucking disgusting because you've done that. But sex is very natural, isn't it? It's a very normal thing. A lot of people have had sex. A lot of people enjoy sex. But some people just enjoy watching others. Because a lot of people go, oh, why do people subscribe? Fucking porn's free. And it's like, it is. But do you follow that person? Do you feel like you create that? Do you feel like you know that person through their page?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so if you follow a female through a page because her content's funny and you think she's hot, and then she goes, boom, I've got an OnlyFans, fucking 9 out of 10 men are going to be like,
yes,
I want to see that girl's tits. I followed her for 6 months. She's finally about to be a little naughty cunt. I will pay a tenner to see her tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've just got to flip that.
And you can message them as well, can't you? And you can't obviously do that.
Through it. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And obviously flip that. And I guess some females had seen my page and they enjoyed my content, and then they were like, "Oh my God, I can see his penis." Without kind of trying to be that creep of jumping into their DMs and be like, "Hey, I think you're hot. Fucking let's start chatting."
Yeah.
You know, it's on a platform where it's expected. So yeah, man. Yes, I did have OnlyFans, and I'm very happy to talk about it.
No, that's insane, mate. I think it's amazing. Like, I'd do it myself, mate. If I had the following that you had, I'd 100% do it myself. I have no shame in it either.
There's a couple of gents who are on it, and they do it full time, mate, and they're living their best lives, bro. They've got very nice homes, very nice cars. They've got lots of money in the bank, and having sex with some very attractive people. So,
dude,
well, it doesn't sound bad, does it?
Dude.
It doesn't sound terrible. But when it comes to fucking porn, mate, like when it comes to sex scenes,
Yeah.
it's not as straightforward as it looks. Like a sex scene will take probably minimum 4 hours to record.
Yeah, you got to fucking keep hard and shit as well, haven't you? And all stuff like that.
Oh, mate, you'll come quick. You might come in fucking 60 seconds and then need to wait an hour before you can get hard again. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and shit happens. I'm not stallion by any respect. Like, I'm not, man. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Like, obviously, porn gives a very unrealistic view. But at the same time, it does though, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, of course it does.
Can you fuck for an hour?
Jay's like the porn messiah.
I've been known to be like, I just love porn, like, you know, just always have done. Like, love fucking wanking and not ashamed to admit it. Do you know what I mean? I've learnt most of my fucking moves in sex from watching porn. Do you know what I mean?
Most of us do.
Yeah.
It's not unnatural. I think the only thing which is really sad about porn now, obviously, other than I'm sure there's lots of people who are exploited in porn, which is fucking brutal. But
yeah,
I think the only thing which is sad about porn now is teenagers are going to grow up and think that that's how they need to look and perform when it comes to sex.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's fucking savage because when I was a kid, there wasn't porn. Like, I couldn't go online. Fucking, I had magazines. And I just saw a woman's tits, and I was like, "Oh my god, tits!" And I was over it. Whereas now, that is not the case, mate. You want to find fucking, you can find some deep dark corners of porn of like people who have very different kinks.
Yeah,
and you can find it.
100%. Like you said back in the day, like older generation that probably just did like missionary and. Yeah, missionary and that, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas now we've got like fucking wheelbarrow shit and like tombstones and do you know what I mean?
It's some wild positions. I'm like, fucking how do they do that? Turning my head, I'm like, oh, they must have to stretch before that one.
100% blow your back out.
Yeah, man. Like, I just hope that teenagers now don't put too much pressure on themselves to think that that's how they need to look and perform because it's just not realistic. No, of course it's not. But on the flip side, porn's very fun to watch, and I agree. I like to, man. So. Good for you, brother.
That's been...
Oh, what a guy! This has been mega. This has been such a good. Like, what has it been? An hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I've loved it, mate. It's like the first time, like I said before, we've not followed a script and we've just kind of just fucking done it all linear and just flowed. And
nice.
Obviously, because your page is mad interesting, like, and because he does the notes and like and stuff, so we just had loads to chat about anyway.
Interesting that he kind of in the notes went, "Ask him about OnlyFans."
Yeah. Jay, you like porn? Ask him about OnlyFans.
Yeah, I left it for him to talk about specifically because I knew that he'd go for it.
Oh mate, like honestly, like there's such a stigma around people who do OnlyFans, isn't there, mate? Like, people need to make money. I have bills to pay. I got fucking kids that I want to spoil.
Yeah.
I got a life that I want to live. I don't want to be a millionaire. I couldn't think of anything worse than having that pressure of having all that money. It'd be stressful. I'd find it so stressful. I just want to have a happy life and be able to go on holiday once a year.
Definitely.
And I want my kids to smile on their birthdays and fucking put them in a nice warm bed with a full belly of food. Like, I'm very humble when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I wanted a holiday at the time, and I was like, fucking hell, like, OnlyFans, because I've done it once, so I'll try and do it again.
Yeah.
And I did, and it paid for paid for the best family holiday I've ever been on in my life.
It's just paid work, isn't it? Just because it's in that particular industry. Like, it's got a stigma against it, but it's just your work and you got a salary for it.
It's a business, mate. Like, so if you treat OnlyFans as a fucking business, you will make money.
Yeah.
If you treat OnlyFans as you're trying to meet people for sex, even solo, you're trying to fucking get horny women to subscribe to you so you can potentially meet them for sex, then it won't work because you'll get found out so quick that people will kind of click onto it. And I'm sure, I don't know whether there is, but I'm sure there's communities out there that will push other people's profiles if they enjoy it. Like, you know, Reddit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't use Reddit. It's the most fucking confusing platform, I think, in the whole time. fucking Reddit, and then you have a subreddit, and it's fucking nonsense, isn't it? It blows my mind. But I'm sure there's communities on there that will out people if they're fucking scumbags, will promote people if they're nice and genuine. I'm sure shit like that happens on Twitter and Reddit and things like that. Because the kink community as a whole is huge, mate, and they take their shit serious. So if they have a certain fetish or a certain kink that they follow, it's like a religion to them. Like they fucking live and breathe it. And if you kind of come in and kind of step over the mark, oof, mate, savage, bro. Like it can be cutthroat. I remember. So this is when on my first TikTok profile, I started doing like thirst traps. Do you remember when thirst traps were a huge thing on TikTok?
Thirst traps?
No, I've
never heard of that, no.
Oh, mate, boys, you missed out. 2020, mate. Basically, chicks were like doing thirst traps where they were being like real sexy and shit and fucking flaunting themselves, but in like a naughty or kinky way.
Like teasing?
So, I don't know. So like it'd be like a man videoing himself topless, slowly taking his belt off and then popping his jeans open, then a video cut out.
Oh, so it's like edging the audience.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, yeah, it's exactly that, edging the audience. Right, so thirst traps were a huge thing. And I did a thirst trap where I fucking like took my belt off and I put the belt around my wrists and I like pulled it tight, and as I pulled it tight on my wrists, I was topless and then the video cut off. But obviously, you would never restrain your wrists with a fucking belt like that because it'll cut off blood flow and you can damage yourself or die. And fucking, that was the first video I'd ever had where it blew up, mate. Fuck it, I won't lie, it probably got me about 500 subscribers on OnlyFans, which is phenomenal. But at the same time, that community of people who like restraints and they're into, there's a thing called shibari, which is Japanese rope time and stuff like that. Fucking, they went to town on me, mate. They ripped me apart. I took the video down eventually because they just fucking tore me a new arse.
What, purely because you can't bind yourself with a belt? Like from a logical perspective, they took issue with it.
Not a logical perspective, but from a safety perspective.
Ah, okay.
Because basically they were coming in going, 1, that's not safe. 2, you could really hurt yourself. 3, you've got such a big following. If people see that
and they
do that, they're going to hurt themselves because of you. Do you want that guy? I don't mean, mate, they went, and I get it and I respect it.
What, and this is just like the Reddit porn police? Like, okay.
But this was on TikTok.
Oh, on TikTok.
Yeah, mate, but the comment section, fucking within 24 hours, blew up of obviously people who were in that world who like having their arms and legs tied up or restrained or whatever. And 90% of them were like, that's not safe. You need to take that down. Because people are going to see that and think that that's okay to do. And I was like, you know what? You're probably fucking right, actually.
Yeah.
Like, at the time, I had like 400,000 followers. You don't know if some guy's not going to think, oh, it's okay to fucking put a belt and tighten it around his wrist so it's cutting off the blood. And yeah, you just don't know, do you?
Yeah, of course.
But that's just an example of what I have. But yeah, I've seen it on other people's videos where like fucking, I guess the kink police, people call them, come in and just fucking go to town on them in their comments, and it's like, fuck, bro, that's savage, man. Yeah, but I get it, man, because you know there's lots of safety aspects in that sort of shit, and but yeah, they take it serious.
I suppose it's good that they are there, isn't it? It's a positive that they are. Their measures are there.
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm very thankful because I didn't know. I just did it because I thought it'd make me get me some followers on TikTok and maybe get me some subscribers, which it did. But at the same time, it could have had a really negative influence, which isn't cool. So yeah, I did take it down. But there are a lot of people that would leave that sort of shit up because more comments and more traction on your video gains, obviously the more views you get. Yeah, but some people don't care about that, but I did. So yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
It's weird, isn't it? It's OnlyFans is a weird world, very weird world.
It sounds
fun.
like it.
It's fun, but yeah, mate.
We'll see what our listeners think if we need to set one up.
Yeah, man. Do the poll.
Serious, we got to. What? All right then. Give us. You give the number, and then whatever number, if it gets to it, we'll do it.
50.
50 yeses.
50 yeses.
And then we just have to like cross swords and shit like that.
Do like Jed. We could do we could do Star Wars. We can
Not.
with our dicks.
Was coming at you.
We'd have to edit the shit out of it, make them bigger, or use hot dogs.
No. 50 yeses, and only if you want to make your own solo OnlyFans and see how it goes.
Yeah, and we'll have like a competition who can make the most money in a year.
Oh shit, yeah.
But then you wouldn't have to make a profile necessarily on Instagram. But if you do want to promote it, my best advice is either Twitter or Reddit.
I've got Twitter. I'll have to just rebrand it to Trouble Boys.
Trouble Boy XXX.
Yeah. Shit in hell. NSFW, not safe for work. Jesus.
Mine was called. So my Instagram was called Rick's NSFW, not safe for work.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I learned that from your podcast.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good on.
I've got another little tidbit about your pod, Rick, that I found fucking hilarious. It was another confession. I think it might have been a confession, or it might have been a story or something like that. But it was a daughter and a mother in a bathroom in a cubicle, and the daughter said, "Why have you got a werewolf's vagina?"
Oh, very good. Very interesting. And this is 100%.
Can you imagine that? Imagine there's people in the bathroom and the mum would be like, "Fuck, I've got a fucking Zohan day, what's happened?"
She needs to fucking manscape that bush,
She
bro.
needs to manscape that fucking werewolf, mate.
Or something, bro. Yeah, man. Fucking you'd be devastated, wouldn't you? Shut the fuck up, shut up.
Fucking bog washing the kid.
How old was the kid? Must have been old enough to know like the word vagina.
I know.
I'd imagine probably 7 or 8.
That's funny. That why have you got a werewolf vagina?
It's so specific as well. A werewolf.
Yeah,
Must have been hairy.
It must have been a
AF, mate.
proper George W, mate.
But yeah, so some of the stuff. What I love about the confessional is some of them are so. They're all so different.
Yeah.
They're all so fucking different. Like some are real deep and meaningful. Some are just wanting to get a male's perspective, because there's a lot of women out there who don't have a male's perspective in their life.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot, man. Like wow, I've only come to know that through having the podcast and having the platform where people send stuff in, and they just want a male's perspective on stuff.
Yeah.
But then what I find really interesting, we don't get many men's stuff, or they don't specify that they're a man. But the women typically tend to specify whether they're female. But all the other ones we get, they could be men, and we don't know. But we try and talk on both perspectives, or like Johan will talk on the woman's and I'll talk on the man's, or we'll just kind of flip it. And yeah, it is fun, because you never know I never know what Mike's going to read out.
Yeah.
I never know. And I purposely don't see any of it on purpose.
So do they just get sent into your like DMs on your page and then?
Yeah, so there's now a Google form. So if people find the Instagram, they'll click the link and you can basically go on this Google Doc form, and there's a questionnaire on there where you can just send in a confession or a secret or a question, or there's a questionnaire with 10 questions on, and some of them are quite like in depth, some of them are sexual, some of them are naughty, some of them are fucking so there's a big questionnaire in there that people can fill out if they want to, or there's that NGL link. Ever heard of that? Yeah, so NGL is 100% anonymous. People can just send in like short and sweet 3 or 4 sentences in there. Got fucked up the ass by my boss, and I've been married for 6 years and have a kid. Like,
Fuck.
Well, mate, all sorts.
How legit? Or have you just made that up?
No, mate, we've had loads of stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking mad.
A lot of them are affairs.
Really? Just because it's anonymous and they have to say it somewhere.
I'd say 40%
Defo,
of everything we get in are about people having affairs.
That's mad. I've never had an affair, like, ever. Like, I don't think I could. I don't think I could live with myself, you know.
It's just. I think what's sad about an affair, like a real fucking. If you have a one night stand with somebody, is that an affair? I don't know. Is that a one-night stand? Is that a silly mistake that you've made and you know that you've made that mistake? I wouldn't class a one-night stand as an affair. It's still wrong. I'm not justifying it in any respect.
Yeah.
But it's not a full.
Not like planned, and I know what you mean.
You don't have you're not having a relationship with somebody else.
Yeah.
There's no positive to having an affair. There's no upside.
There's no upside, but what's also really sad about it is you're having an affair with somebody and you're having fun and you might be falling in love with this person that you're having an affair with. But on the flip side, it's going to go terribly wrong when this person finds out. Not because necessarily they're going to get cross and violent or whatever. You're going to break their heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're going to ruin their world, and there could be kids involved. There could be finances involved. There could be families. Mate, it could be fucking detrimental to that person. And that's what's really sad about affairs, I think, because, imagine, bro, right? Imagine you've been with your partner 20 years and you're the happiest man you've ever been. You've got fucking great kids. They perform in school. They're well behaved. They're just lovely, delightful children. And you find out that your partner's been having an affair for 2 years. And in that 2 years, you've been on holiday. You bought her a new car because she needed a new car. You've fucking cried together because you've lost someone in the family. You've been through all those emotions for 2 years. But you know that previously for 2 years they've been sleeping with somebody else.
Yeah, it made you feel sick, wouldn't it?
It would destroy your whole being, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like such a mug. You've like been vulnerable to them.
Not only that,
and stuff like that.
You feel like a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wow. Would I get cross? No, I don't think there's any point.
Yeah, because it's done. You can't change it, can you?
Would I be sad and cry my fucking heart out? 10,000%.
Yeah.
But I would just remove myself from that situation very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, very quickly. I'd be like, okay, cool. That's done. Thank you for telling me. It's been 2 years, so it's obviously a thing. I'm going to take myself out of this situation so that I don't do anything silly. Not that I'm like, this big macho. It's like, no, not at all. I just don't want to get to the point where I'm so cross in my head that that you try and talk to me and I slap you in the face. So I'm going to move and take myself out. That's what I'd do. I'd just take myself out of the situation real quick.
Defo.
It'd fucking destroy you, wouldn't it?
It'd kill me off, mate. It would. Like, I don't know what I'd do if that happened.
It's sad, but this is the sort of shit that we talk about on the podcast. So, we'll have funny ones where this fucking 7-year-old's go, Mummy, why does your fanny look like a fucking and we're laughing, and then we'll have a confession where it'll be like this. Just found out my partner's been cheating on me on 2 years, we've got kids, blah. And then we're like, fucking hell.
So how many do you tend to read out per episode?
10. Maybe 10. So the episode's in a good flow at the moment. We're just about to start a new part of it called the Urban Dictionary Corner, which I'm very excited about. On our most recent episode, we spoke about something called pooning. Wild, man.
He mentioned this.
I now know what it is.
I don't know.
I'll let you describe it because I've not told him. So tell us.
So I didn't know what any of this was. Right. So pooning is basically a woman has wet knickers from whether her being turned on or just her natural juices and flows in her pants. You then take knickers, you dry them out with a hairdryer, you then scrape off that
like the cheese.
Like the smeg.
The smeg. It's on a powder. And then you snort it.
Oh my god.
It's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. Bro.
Serious?
It sounds pretty horny, that, to be fair. I might start pooning on a weekend, to be honest.
On a Saturday night, pooning.
That's called pooning. And then there was another one called docking, where two men put their cocks together. This one's uncircumcised. This one's got no foreskin. He puts his foreskin over that.
Dude,
that's our
OnlyFans. I'm going to have to get the snip.
And it's called docking.
Shit.
Right, so this sort of shit obviously fucking blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? So now we're going to start a skit on every episode. So normally how our episodes go is the first 10-15 minutes be us catching up, ripping into each other a bit. Then we'll jump into some confessions. I will sometimes do a thing on Instagram where I ask a question and loads of people send them in. I read them out and other people react. Then we go into more confessions, and then we kind of obviously just close it off. We always try and end on a happy confession, so that people aren't down when they finish listening. But we're going to start the Urban Dictionary corner, where there's a phrase that we don't know what it is, and we learn about what it is.
Yeah. Who finds the phrase? Is that the producer's job?
But that's going to be the producer's job. Yeah, which I'm really, because pooning, mate, that was very new to me.
Yeah,
and
me
we
too.
pulled that out of the episode and put it up as a clip on social media, and it's actually done really well. It's gained our Instagram generically like 250 followers.
Wow.
Our downloads of that episode have shot up by like 60%. So if you find something that does really well, fucking take advantage of it, mate, and chuck it into your podcast.
Yeah.
Pull it out as a clip, put it on fucking Instagram,
Yeah.
boom, before you know it, like,
Well,
hopefully the traction just keeps going.
I think we're going to have loads of really good clips to pull out of this one, aren't we?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, guys. But yeah, mate, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And, yeah, fuck, mate, rock my world, pooning. Like, what the fuck? Like, wild, mate. What a wild. Who thought of being like, fucking, babe, give me your knickers. Like, just give me your knickers. Just trust me. Drying them out, scraping it off.
Got a £20 note out of his ass.
And then been like,
wow.
I'm going to bump that. Don't judge me, but I'm having it. And just sniff. Who? How? Does that ever come into your mind to do? Ever? Prior to me saying it?
Zero.
Never.
No, I didn't think it'd be scientifically possible to dry out female snag.
I'm a pretty dude, man. Like, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to like sex, and I never in 1,000 years would have thought that.
Would you do it, Rick? As in, not to your wife?
No,
No.
I would not. No.
Would you do it to Margot Robbie?
No.
No.
Really?
No.
I mean,
He's like, would I do? Yes, I would. No, mate, no, I don't want to sniff someone's vagina crust.
I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, it depends who it is.
Margot Robbie.
Hell yeah.
You're like, I'll take two.
I'd sniff a fucking dried up diarrhea and snort out.
That's actual pooning, isn't it? Or actual poo.
Don't clip that and tag her.
Imagine.
I'll go viral on OnlyFans, mate, for fucking saying that shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, would I do it? No. That's probably something that I would leave to people who would get turned on.
Yeah.
That wouldn't turn me on.
I'd do it just to say that you've done it. You know, like, yeah, I tried it.
No, it'd turn me on.
Try anything once. Try anything once.
I'm a freak, mate. Like,
no, you're not a freak, mate. Whatever you like. It just makes you.
Yeah, anything like.
You're dark, mate.
Yeah, I'll do anything. Like, not with me.
So
like, with me, I wouldn't like. For example, like nothing goes up my arsehole. That's like
except me.
And then, but with a female's body, I'll do anything. Like, just
Nothing's off the table for you, is it, pal?
Animal, mate. Like,
but mate, it's cool to be open-minded. It's not a bad thing.
I would settle to be near a female at the minute.
It is a random question, similar to that. It's not as extreme, but would you eat ass?
Yeah, 10,000%.
Oh,
yeah.
So I thought you might have said no there.
Yeah, man, I'll fucking push my tongue in and everything.
That's a foreplay, that, isn't it?
That's just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I would. Fucking hell.
Would you do it post Christmas dinner?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll find some stuff in there.
Got some cranberry juice.
Yes.
Oh, is that made gravy? Fucking hope so.
I was going to say.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I would. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I do. I do think I would. Yeah.
This has been so different to our regular like format subjects, and it's been fucking mega silly, proper silly.
Any of your listeners that have come to this episode
expecting troubled shit,
to learn more about mental health or addiction or anything like that. Not that I don't think that's important. I think it's sensationally important. So yeah, I do apologise if you've come here for this episode and it's just not the case. So that's my bad.
I mean, it's showing a different side to us, to be fair.
Mate, I've loved it, mate. It's genuinely, and I probably shouldn't say this, but it's been my favourite episode by a fucking mile, mate, because it's just, it's more at my street, do you know what I mean? Like, the shit we spoke about is down to a T, the shit that I love.
We should get you two on our podcast.
Oh, mate.
Sign us up.
So you would be exactly how you are, but get a ring light.
Yeah.
And just shine on your face. We've already got 2 guests, so we do a guest a month. We've already got those 2 lined up, so the recording would probably be April, probably like the 3rd week of April.
Yeah.
I would be super keen because I think some of the confessions would fucking blow your mind in a great.
I'd love to do that, and we do actually have a ring light, but we don't video our podcasts.
That's right, yeah.
But like any tips that you could give us on how to do it, because it's probably the producer in it that does it. But
so I've basically got. You look at this. Look at that light.
Oh wow.
Oh shit, that's mint.
Well, it was only 40 quid, bro.
That's decent. That.
It was only 40 quid. So that's a big light there, and then obviously I'm in my garage, but I've got a ring light there, so that's the phone that we record on.
No way.
So you're just recording a phone? All years?
Yeah, man. It's all done on. Obviously, so we've got 2 points. So this is my laptop here, and then that's my phone there. So we've got 2 points of recording, but 99% comes from my phone.
Because it's like directly on you.
Yeah, because basically this is looking at me at an angle where it looks like me and Johan are sat together. So I'm sat at an angle, he's sat at an angle, so it looks like we're talking to each other. So that's why my laptop's here. So it looks like I'm talking directly to him.
Yeah, that's clever.
But it's recording me from an angle.
Yeah.
This is all what Mike taught me, by the way.
Yeah.
I did not know any of this. And then I was like, right, cool. I've got like 100 quid that I can fucking spare. What do I need? And it was like, you need a box light and you need a green screen.
Nice.
And then I saved up and bought a chair. Johan bought the same chair. So like kind of we'd decided we were going to do a podcast in like the end of August. But then we didn't actually start recording until like mid-October because we needed to buy all the shit. And it wasn't like, I won't lie, it wasn't cheap. Like fucking, you know, the big professional fancy fucking mics, like £180, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, ours cost about fucking 15 quid each. Our mics. Like, we've not got that kind of money.
They work. Like this box light, I'd say it's fucking amazing. £40, it's fuck all.
It's wild.
But it lights up and it looks great. Green screen was only 20 quid. Chair was like 150, and I was like, fuck, that's a lot of money for a chair, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a fucking lot of money for a chair. But a ring light would work just as well here instead of that box light. It really would. But I've just got my ring light there because it's on a tripod. That's the only reason.
So what do you do then with the video? Do you just send it to the producer off your phone?
So we record through something. You guys should do this if you want to start filming. Record through what's it called? Riverside.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Riverside.
Record through Riverside, so you can make a free account.
Right.
Basically, you come on, and all your cameras are on, and it records everything in one. So you don't have to. So like right now, you're probably going to have to save this as a file, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then take it out and do whatever. Riverside records everything: the audio, the footage, whether you're online or offline. So right now, if our internet cuts out, it would still be recorded, and then eventually when it came back on, it would still upload.
Yeah.
So it's a really clever platform. So even if when you're doing your podcast, do it through Riverside, and it all stays in one platform, and it will nearly edit some of it out, so you can do most of the editing within Riverside.
No way.
So it's really clever. It's a really, really clever platform. You can pay for more subscriptions where you'll have more storage and recording like fucking 4K HD and stuff like that. But we don't have that. Well, we don't have any of that. We just record through Riverside, and it's really easy. Send someone a link, they log in, you will come into like a lobby very similar to this. But when it all uploads, it just sits in a file in Riverside, and you can do what you want with that file. Export it, upload it, do what the fuck you want.
Wow.
No way.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, so it's clever as fuck. Riverside's really, really good, I promise. This is all what I've learned off of Mike. So Mike can take full credit for this, not me at all.
Cheers, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I'd say the 2 keys are some form of light just on your phone, so it like illuminates when for when you're recording, and obviously you're going to be showing your faces, and people are going to be able to watch you speak.
Yeah.
Have a light. I mean, for now, obviously, just people listening. Fuck, you could be in a pitch black room and nobody knows, and it doesn't matter.
It's true.
But how you're both sat now? So I've got these little lights. See that?
Oh wow.
There's 2 of them. This was 20 quid. And they kind of sit behind. But imagine if where you're sat now, you have one either side, and that was just on the background, and let's say, I don't know, it was red.
Yeah.
And it just illuminated that white wall red a little bit.
That don't mean that.
And then you had a light on you, here, little ring light, 20 quid on your face, so it illuminates your face, so you can see your complexion and everything well. How you're both sat with your mics literally just in the tips of the corner of the screen here. Like, I can see that one here. It looks cool. So if you both got 2 little mics in the corner so it doesn't cover your face, a little backdrop on the back wall, mate, it looks sick.
Yeah, defo.
And you can just do it on your laptop. Like, it doesn't have to be a fucking phone. I just do it because then we've got 2 points.
Yeah.
That's just an old fucking phone. That's like,
And I was going to say, it looks like, is that an iPhone like 10 or something, that?
I think it's iPhone 10 or 11. Like, it's nothing fancy. Yeah, like, if you've got an old phone, great. If you don't, just use your laptop.
Yeah.
We can do it, Jay.
Yeah, definitely.
Or you can buy little 4K cameras that sit on top of your laptop.
Like a GoPro-y type size.
But they're cheap, mate. On Amazon, they're like fucking $39.99. They're fucking decent. Because our cameras on our laptops aren't phenomenal.
Yeah.
We can get 4K cameras for like 40 quid, bro. That's what Mike uses. He's got a camera on top of his laptop.
And he's the business behind the business, isn't it?
Producer, mate. Because he was like, oh, guys, maybe you should get a 4K camera. I was like, pay for it, I'll get it. But I'm not forking out any more money. Like, fucking, I've forked out maybe 400 quid.
Gonna have to get wanking again, mate. If you give it a 4K camera.
I might go on another holiday. Holiday's booked this year. We're going to Disneyland, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very different holiday to the one before. But yeah, it's going to be sick. I'm excited.
Well, this has been an absolute delight.
Good.
Thank you very much for your time and like
Honestly,
messaging
mate,
and stuff like
that.
that.
It's really funny. My missus, when I was like, babe, it's only 8 till 9. She was like, I would put money on that you'll run over and it'll be closer to 10 or 9. And I was like, fuck off, no, it won't. She was like, Rick, you're full of shit. Like, she was like, I know how much you enjoy chatting and meeting new people. And what I'm really sad about now is I'm going to go in and she's going to be like, I fucking told you so. I'm like, fuck you. Shut up. Don't talk to me. And she's going to be like, I fucking told you.
Just blame it on us. Just say you couldn't get a word in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then she'll probably listen to it like, you lying little fucker. So,
oh,
yeah.
mate.
But no, honestly, it's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed meeting you both. It's been really good.
Yeah, you too, man. Like, honestly, I'm well looking forward to this fucking episode dropping. Really, really excited.
Yeah, mate. I'm excited. I love. Now I've listened to a few. I really enjoy listening back. And there's bits, where you'll laugh and you'll be like, "Fuck, I forgot that bit happened," and you'll laugh at it. And
yeah,
you'll obviously find it in your own episodes. I really enjoy those moments, and I'm like, if I found that funny, hopefully other people have enjoyed that and they found it funny. And
yeah,
mate, if you can make one person smile or laugh a day, how amazing is that?
Yeah,
that's the fucking goal, mate. That's the goal.
Like, that's all. For me, that's what social media is about.
Yeah,
it's making people forget something that they're really worried about, even if it's for 10 seconds, because they've had a little laugh or a little snigger, or they've sent it to their mate and been like, "Fucking hell, this is you cunt," or whatever. And that's why I do like social media and came onto it, because mate, people love gossip, don't they? And when it's private gossip, people fucking love it.
Yeah,
I do. We all do, don't we?
Yeah.
Someone sends in some wild confession, fucking, we're like, yeah, I'll eat that up. I want to hear it all.
Right into it.
Mate.
Yeah, mate. Like we get some confessions where people send in, and I've been like, whoever sent this in needs to fucking elaborate. So if you're listening to this, please elaborate. And we've had that happen like 1 or 2 times, and I'm like, oh my god, they did. Yeah, mate. And it's like the best, because they've elaborated on one thing and it's just gone into this massive story. We're like, fuck, we got it so wrong. Because when people send in a confession, you kind of put this little picture and world in your head, and then that's what you start talking about. But you could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you could be completely wrong. And then when they follow up on it and you're wrong or right, you're like, fuck, we took that completely wrong how it was. And it's really fun, man. But it'd be really good. I promise we'll have you two on. I think that'd be really fun. Really fun.
I would love that, mate. That'd be unreal.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
It'd be weird being on the other side of it, but you've done it all right tonight, being on the other side of a podcast, so I think we'll be okay.
All right, it's done fucking mint.
He has done mint. Yeah, sorry.
This is the first podcast I've ever been invited onto.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, mate. So I'm honoured. I'm truly honoured.
Shit. So are we. We're honoured times fucking 10 then.
Yeah, honestly, mate. You've been sick, mate. Like, it's going to do mint. Like, I know it is, because you're fucking so funny, and that's like, listen to you all day.
Beard Life Part 2. I can already see it in the title.
A Part 2.
Yeah,
well,
mate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, hopefully your listeners enjoy this episode. Hopefully, I hope that I hope whatever we've spoken about they've enjoyed, and maybe relate. I don't know if they relate.
I think there were a lot of our quips and like weird humour has been very well received. So I think yours will be as well.
All right, cool.
100%, mate.
Well, that's sick. I appreciate that. That's very cool. But yeah, no, honestly, this is the first podcast I've ever been invited onto. So yeah, I'm very flattered. So I appreciate it a lot.
Wow,
it's funny. I remember Johan, my pal, been like, "You've been invited onto a podcast and not me." I was like,
was it fuming?
Sorry, brother.
Sorry, bro.
He was like, did they not ask for me? I was like, no, you can't. Fuck off. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny when he said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, I'm really excited. It's gonna be good. And then the guy that we had on last week, Baz, who's a friend of ours, you may have seen him. He's like this fucking mad transition guy on online, where he does these crazy transitions of like changing clothes and jumping. It's fucking insane. If you haven't, please go and check his content out.
Is he the guy? Has he got like a white beard? Big flat
beard,
cap.
yeah. That's it. Big muscly tattooed cunt.
Yeah, seeing him.
Lovely guy. Yeah, and he came on, and he was like, "Oh, this is the first," because he's got his own podcast. And he was like, "Oh, it's the first podcast I've ever been on." He's had a podcast for like a year now, and it's called the Mildly Controversial Podcast, and it's pretty good. So obviously they ask like quite controversial questions, and obviously they can go in very different angles, can't they?
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's good that people are supporting each other's podcasts, isn't it? It's fun.
Yeah, why not? Like the world's big enough for us all, isn't there?
Oh, bro, I'd imagine some people are very precious and very protective and probably very picky who they want on their podcast.
Yeah, we've had a few people that we've messaged and they've been a bit like, maybe like in the future and stuff
basically, if you get a few more followers, I'll come on.
And
that kind of shit.
Just like...
Yeah, which is a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a shame.
Oh, what is a fucking chat? That's it.
Yeah. I want an hour of your time to have a chat and fucking... have a little chin wag, chill out. Like, I'm not. Yeah, I think. I feel like some people would be very precious.
Yeah.
I've messaged one person and they asked for money, and I was like, nah.
No way.
To be a guest on the Confessional.
Yeah.
They was like, how much are you gonna give me? And you was like, see you later.
Yeah, I was like, zero. I was like, I appreciate your reply. I thought you'd be really fun to have on, but no stress. It's fine.
Mad.
I do have Dawn French who follows me, and that is my goal.
Oh my god, really?
So I hand on heart, she follows me.
The Vicar of
Obviously,
Dibley
she
herself.
followed me, and I was like, fuck, I'll give her a follow back. What a legend. And ultimate goals. So like, I slid into her DMs instantly. I won't lie. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god, thank you so much. Like, I'm honoured that like kind of a comedy legend has followed me. And she was, oh, don't be silly. She was like, your content's great. She's like, I've come across it loads of times, and I thought, fuck it, he deserves a follow. So like, we've had a little back and forth. I'm not saying she's my best pal. But yeah, she's like ultimate goal. Like, imagine having a podcast and doing an episode with Dawn French, bro. That'd be fucking insane.
That would be insane.
Like, she's a cool dude. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see who else can come on it. We've got an OnlyFans creator coming on it, which I think will be a really good one.
Yeah.
Probably asking for tips off you.
yeah, we got her coming on. She'll be good. We've got another woman called Sarah Jane Evans. She's a Welsh content creator, does like dancing, family. She's very attractive, so that's going to be fun. And another woman called Christy Kay from Essex, who's a fucking legend, mate. One of the funniest women you'll ever meet in your life. So yeah, she'll be a good one. She'll be a good one to watch. And then, yeah, you two. So it's going to be sick.
God, we're going to go from the funniest woman alive to fucking us. That's going to be a proper downgrade, that.
Like, so what? No, so what? I think your podcast is hugely important, man. Like, it's men's mental health, isn't it? It's men's stigmas and men's worries and concerns and issues and things what most men wouldn't typically just have an open conversation about, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's hugely important. Yes, obviously, this conversation hasn't been much about that, and it's been, it's been about pooning and fucking OnlyFans, but I think what you guys are doing is massively important, and the more that grows, and the more people that come and listen and open up, and even if they listen to some of your stuff that other people have spoken about, and they're like, fuck, man, it's not just me.
Yeah,
like,
defo.
Wow, like, that's how I feel too, and maybe it's a little weight lifted off my shoulders that that's not just me. I think it's important. So it's not a downgrade at all, in my opinion. So you should think more of yourself, man. 'Cause I think it's
humbled.
Cool. I think it's cool as fuck.
Oh mate, thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. But I'm gonna go because I'm not going in at 10.
No,
You got 6
fair
minutes.
play, yeah.
I'll be wounded, mate. Honestly.
Go in with your tail between your legs and be like, you were right.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really been a pleasure. So thank you very much for your time.
Mega Rick, thank you very much too. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, man. See you later, guys.
Peace, man.
Enjoy your beers as well.
We
Nice
shall.
one. See you later, bro.